Stockholm, Sweden, August 15th, a Thursday, after 30 plus hours of traveling. The Marriott Courtyard. That's where we're staying. Beautiful town, 2 million people. Founded in the 14th century, I guess. We're doing a hop-on, hop-off bus today. And there's the gang that I'll be associating myself with.
I meant to bring a bike.
We're walking the river to downtown. 25 minutes. Until later. This is our walk to downtown. It's through a park, I guess along a river. Beautiful day. High 69 today. Probably 60 right now.
The museum where the bike museum is? Yeah. That's
I was there.
Room key going to every door trying to open it up. And I'm thinking, man, we not only have.
Did you report him?
No. But he finally walked with us into.
There's the river. And we're having some kind of Scandinavian or Stockholm Film Festival. Sometime tonight. Part of the big river, and we have
it's this right here. We're walking along this.
Okay.
Sailing ships.
See this?
Pretty cool. Beautiful day. Big river looking through a fence. More of the river, very large river. This is a restaurant. Usually looks like a luncheon, but there's a bar over there. And the reason we're stopping is because of all the plants, the flowers. And there she is, taking photos, looking at the birds.
Yeah, look at the little birds in here.
And there's Rob taking his photos. Pretty place. More pictures from the restaurant to the river. Stockholm, Sweden.
They want you over there. You go. They want you there.
Beautiful bar, beautiful music. We're still on our way to town.
Are you done?
Yep. An old ship on the river. Maybe a houseboat, like Amsterdam.
You want a bottle of water? We're going to get a bottle of water here. You say no?
No, not yet. Because for me, then it's not going to be.
I don't want. I have to go. I have to.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, if I haven't already said it 3 times. Looks like the courthouse or the Capitol or don't know what. Pretty old building. We're on our way to hop on, hop off. lot of construction going on. More sites.
I'm guessing it's City Hall. Based on I'm guessing it's
The gang. This is the grounds of the City Hall. Found out that it was built between 1911 and 1914. Sort of a park area. And the previous shots were of the steeple. 8 million bricks. And a big tourist spot.
Now we're coming here.
More of the Stockholm City Hall. We're very close to the hop-on, hop-off bus site. And a lot of people, a lot of visitors. The Grand Hotel with Hana.
Palace.
The Royal Palace.
Residence and work.
And the Palace of Residential Works. This must be the Parliament building. Architecture similar to Amsterdam. More videos of the palace. And a guy on a horse. Maybe the former king. Changing of the guard.
Right here. I know, we're getting there. We're back.
Thank you. Pretty cool. It reminds me of Salzburg when we just lucked into a parade.
Look at that thing on this.
Hey, Gordon!
What is wrong?
There's the band.
They are horseback, I guess.
Appears to be more changing of the guard behind there. And more of the compound. The palace compound. Architecture, beautiful. And like always,
They wouldn't let
a
Rabbit
lot
go
of
any
feet.
further. They're done. Here comes the riderless horse.
Something about a riderless horse.
They're all walking their horse.
Oh, this is the changing of the guard, and that's
Yeah,
because they're
all
going to change
walking their
horses.
It's all roped off the guards.
Yeah, they're all walking their horses. I wonder how many times
How many
That was the only one I saw.
A different perspective.
That's a telephone stop. That's a telephone. There's nothing in it. It used to be a telephone.
And Sheila's right there, but she's not turning around.
No, I don't want to.
But we're at a rest stop, having a beer, and sort of in a piazza. People watching. And here's a restaurant next door. And it looks like an alleyway. But I'm sure we'll be going down shortly. With the cafes and so forth. Similar to Amsterdam. A picture of the river in Stockholm, Sweden.
Here comes the bus.
Oh, we gotta go. Okay. That's not it.
We're not at a bus stop.
The bus stop's right there.
It's across the street. More of the architecture of Stockholm.
12 is open air museum, countryside houses, and town quarters gathered from all of Sweden dated to the 19th century. Also a zoo with both Swedish and foreign animals. Don't miss the flopping flag. So we'll have to see.
Pretty cool.
And then you go back and you go here.
Stockholm. Progress. All those cranes in one spot.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Building.
Lots of buildings. Look at all this. Look at all this construction.
A lot of it. Now we're going to go by that ship over there where you can see Rob's hat. I'm going to try to take a better picture of it. Whoops.
Yeah. Well, you better get about it. You don't go in any other place.
More of Stockholm. On and off the bus. I think I've already got this one time, but this is a different perspective. Some gigantic museum.
Hard to get a picture of it.
Somewhere over here was by the street.
Takes up more than one city block, I'll say that.
Too bad it's got that.
I think it's a big museum.
It's got that big taxi, the yellow taxi in there.
See what happens when you
Another shot. Here's the one with a horse.
Come on, you can do it, bus. Come on, baby. Come on.
And
Come on.
the front of the museum.
Bricks.
Something about 1523.
Come on.
Long time ago, and they got a whole ship in there, a whole Viking ship, I think. So we're going to check and see if we can get in
You're gonna hit that car is what
at a reasonable price. We're inside, I like the National Swedish Museum. It's called the I don't know what. Some kind of gigantic ship is located in here, and the building itself is several blocks long and very large. The audio tour, which we're going to forego, I guess we're going to just do the self-guided walking tour. More to come. This is the old Viking ship. And it's not in the other museum. I was wrong. We got our money back. And we took it, came behind. It's behind the other museum. I don't know where they got this one, but boy, I tell you what, it's in great shape. Close-up of the ship.
Some of it, if I remember reading it, they redid some of it. But when we're done, I'd like to be talking.
Yes, I would too. Look at that area up there. How would you like to walk out there and on an ocean that's moving?
This is a model of the same one I tried to get, but I don't think I had enough light. And this one also has a little problem with the red dot. Not sure what the red dot means. Probably doesn't mean you don't have enough light, but anyway, be that as it may, it's an interesting, huge ship. And a lot of armament. A lot of armament. We're going to go in and see a video, and I'm sure it'll tell us a lot more about it. And there are the cannon holes for the cannons. And there's some people down there rocking. More of the Vassar. It was built, took 2 years to build, sailed 1,000 yards, and sank because of a design flaw. I bet you the king was upset, wasn't he? More of the Vassar. German artist, sculptor did all the artwork on the ship. This is at the second flight of stairs.
Right there, and then underneath you see the crouching Polish person because they were going to tell us that
Different perspective.
try and conquer the Polish language. Underneath that
64 cannons it had. This is the third story and the main deck. And more of the gun ports. This is the back of the museum we walked into and paid our money and then got refunded because we went to the wrong museum. Downtown Stockholm. Advertising on the building. Pretty cool.
Store number 19, Rotariat Marketplace.
downtown market.
Oops, I'm sorry.
There's some neat looking statues.
I got it on
I don't know what those round things are right in the front. You see them?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's kind of interesting. It'd be fun to belong to that. Look all the flags.
Friday, August 16th, in line to go on a sightseeing bus tour.
Bust?
No, boat tour. 12 gates, or no, 12 bridges. And an overcast day, 71 the high. Stockholm, Sweden. On the boat. Sightseeing boat.
Swedish speaker to them is
I don't know how good the film is going to be going through the glass, but
yeah, that's what a fika
we'll give it a try.
And this is
And the roof doesn't come off.
the road.
Well, you might be able to go over there and open up the window.
We're on the boat by the Grand Hotel.
We drove past this one.
And getting ready to go under 12 bridges. I don't know how well this filming is going to be since I'm going through glass, but we can always try. Neat architecture. Stockholm. World's Fair in 1930 here. There's the amusement park right in front of us there. We drove by it yesterday. Nice looking going vessel there. We thought at first it was Tiger's yacht, but I think Tiger's is a little bit more streamlined. First country to be governed by a parliament. Interesting. (1814) for that flag. The architecture is Swedish functionalism. Became popular after the World Fair in 1930. Tiger's yacht. Seems like it's a row of boats. In Amsterdam, they'd be houseboats. I don't know about here. Floating restaurant, Thai boat. This is a lake that we came from the Baltic Sea to a lake I cannot pronounce, but fresh water, I think. Just went through a lock, and I guess this freezes over in the winter. So they go kayak sailing. A big marina. Lake was created by glacier melting. Like a large apartment complex, I think, up on the hill. And right now, the people here are enjoying pitka. Pitka is a coffee and sweet roll clutch, so to speak, get together. It's like high tea in England, except it's in the morning at about 11:30. These were built in the mid-1960s, and it's sort of like housing projects in America, like in Chicago. Affordable housing. One of the 12 bridges. More apartments. That was a communal bathhouse back there, the white one. It's where people clean themselves, I guess. Communal bathhouse. Interesting. All for one, one for all, huh? Absolute Vodka. That's where it's distilled in the old days. Absolute, Sweden. Fractional filterization, I think it is, to create the absolute. Going under another bridge, one of the 12, with a group of kayakers. Just found out about Stockholm. The word is derived from Island of Logs. Pretty cool. Back in the Viking day, I think. City Hall, Stockholm. Oh. There's City Hall right here. We've almost made a complete circle. This is the path we took yesterday walking toward City Hall to catch the hop-on, hop-off bus. And of course, Nobel Peace Prize originated here from the guy who invented gunpowder. Alfred Nobel. We've made a loop and we're going back now. And this is the bridge where we can see and where we've walked from the Marriott, which is I think we've got Stockholm is 12 islands. Interesting. Looks like a high-rise apartment building. A couple of them. That building that I filmed earlier, the white one, I thought it was an apartment complex. It's actually a hospital. Half of it's below ground. Going back to the base. Looks like an old tugboat coming up. Stockholm is also the home of IKEA, the world's largest furniture retailer. Started in 1948. Police boat. Police. Sweden, also the home of ABBA. And the pacemaker. Rock climbers. Small mountain. Very steep. Looks like a old windmill. From the Netherlands. The amusement park coming up. Okay. The Wacken amusement park. The solar system coming up. Uranus, Neptune, I don't know. Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto out here, I guess, right? A different perspective.
Very nice.
Close to the royal quarters, or royal palace, I should say. And crossing another bridge. That's where we're going.
That's where we're going.
Old Town. This is Old Town in Stockholm, Sweden. The cruise ships are in. This is Helsinki, Finland. We sailed overnight from Stockholm. And this is just where we docked, or put into port, whatever the terminology is. It's a very nice day. A very big ship here next to us. And Helsinki seems to be growing like crazy. A lot of cranes, building cranes. This isn't too good a view, but it's a start. Helsinki, Finland, going on board or on land shortly. The theater on board. Also the area that we get together for our tours on the different ports.
and grab bar. There you go.
Be doing the same.
Yes, Chris and Rudy.
Hello, Chris. Hello,
You're
Rudy.
doing hop on, hop off. We're
Waiting for the hop-on, hop-off buses in Helsinki, Finland. Ship that we came on. The experience of mass migration.
So we went the elevator.
Part of the natural beauty of Helsinki, Finland. Enjoying it while we're waiting for the hop-on, hop-off. Helsinki, Finland. Big church or something in front of us. This is a open market that goes for I don't know how far. Nice area, beautiful day, a little windy, but not bad. Little fountain.
Do people know when it's green? Yes.
And the water. The Baltic Sea from Helsinki, Finland. Open market area. It's about 60 degrees with winds out of the north. And this is Finland's summertime.
Fine.
Restroom.
We'll see what we can find down there.
Got a Ferris wheel there. And an old church there. The church built on the rock. Big rock. And the tall ships. In Finland. Helsinki to be specific. More of the old church without the power lines. The old and the new. And the rock. Another perspective of the church, closer to it. I believe it's a Russian Orthodox, but we're going to try to find out. It's a main tourist attraction, I'll say that. A video from the front of the church to another church. One of the marinas at Helsinki, and some of the construction that's going on. And the old buildings. Inside the old church. And it is a Russian Orthodox church. Verified by Hannah, and that information right there. A different perspective of what I call the Ferris wheel. No. Yeah, is that a Ferris wheel?
There's a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, mainly for observation purposes, I think. And more of Helsinki. Different perspective. The kiosk of the building we're in. AAG tax and legal, etc., etc. Interesting language. A public sauna, downtown Helsinki. And they're enjoying themselves now. I don't know how hot it is, but nice area. And a little more of the seashore. More of the Helsinki architecture down some main street here. We're going into the market. And more construction. More of the park and the market in Helsinki on the other side of the drop-off point. Here we have, I think, one of the founding fathers of Finland. Not sure, but sure looks like it. And some Finnish architecture. Interesting. Up close and personal. Interesting building. Really beautiful. Back on the hop-on, hop-off bus, heading back to the boat from being downtown Helsinki and some of the older architecture that we have. With Hannah chuckling in the background. Hannah, you're going to get a close-up for you here. Oh, there's the back of her head. The square at Helsinki. And the church. A pleasant surprise on the bus. Interesting building. Curved windows. And I don't know if that was new or old or what. It's on the seashore of Helsinki. And there's the old. Spirit of the sea. No. It's Norwegian Spirit. That's the bow. I don't know, the control deck, I guess, or something. And the whole side of it. 2,000 people. Great ship. No problems. And we're looking forward to St. Petersburg tomorrow for 2 days. Until then, here we go. The whole name. Fun times. St. Petersburg, Russia. Beautiful. Weather's going to be in the 70s today. Short sleeve shirt. Little wind. That noise that you hear in the background is the air handling equipment, I guess, on this ship. A little loud, but could be worse. Second largest city in Russia, second only to Moscow. We'll be here for 2 days, going on a Via tour, exploring the beauty of the cultural center of Russia. And we can all thank Peter the Great. I don't know how many years back, but he was the Tsar and he decided to do it. And he did it. Gorgeous. I'm going to be heading out of here at 8:30 and enjoying the day. Last night I enjoyed the cigar lounge with a double scotch. I was in heaven. Not sure what they're building here, but it looks like another city. A lot of cranes. And a lot of development. The Spirit, it's St. Petersburg. Getting ready to load onto a van and see the city.
Elder, I found your taking
Drawbridge. The Academy of Fine Arts, 1757. Created by Peter the Great. The eyes of the Sphinx, huh? First commercial port back in the 1700s, and this is a lighthouse, Russian style. We're on one of the islands of St. Petersburg. There's a lot of islands. That's our tour guide. And this is supposed to be the Venice of the North, not Stockholm.
walk down the
Major tourist attraction here. This is actually a lake, and there are 42 islands that make up St. Petersburg. And this flows into the something, the Bay of Finland or something. I think they all freeze in the winter.
Actually, I do want.
And this is a cathedral.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's good.
A lot of renovation around this area, and there's part of it. Beautiful architecture. 1703, founded by Peter the Great. Beautiful park. And another lighthouse. And many more tourists. And a Russian classic car, the Lada. Interesting history. This is the entrance to the tourist shop. Fabergé reproduced eggs and whatever, amber, you name it, they've got it here. First class, you can come in and have a shot of vodka. That's the way Peter the Great did it when he was trying to get his museums occupied. Pretty cool. Apartments, living areas,
The courtyard.
and there's the Marriott courtyard.
We have Four Seasons, the Grand Hotel in Europe, like one of the most luxurious hotels. Sorry?
Very close to downtown. Riding in the bus going to the fourth largest cathedral in the world, St. Isaac's. A man-made canal.
Transportation, and also they
The
deliver
Venice of the
materials
North.
to the industrial enterprises here. It was rather industrial area back in the 19th century. Because a lot
Built
of
in the
peasants,
1800s,
they,
19th century,
decided to move to
industrial
big
area.
cities after abolishment of serfdom in 1861. And
The Triumphant Arch, built in 1811, we believe. Subway station going in, 1955, built with a metro. What a sculpture. All types of people in Russia. Subway, down in the subway tunnel. That sound you heard earlier was just the subway taking off. Here's where the subways come out of, go into, nicely lit. 2.5 million people in St. Petersburg. Inside the subway train. Our traveling companions, Rob and Sheila. Like a museum in here. Crystal inlay. Previous columns appear to have crystal inlaid structure. Unbelievable. This is to the tribute of those who died in Leningrad under the surrounding of the Nazis, World War II. Apartment living.
Behind the trees. And we show that there are such buildings. So we call them ship buildings. Ship buildings. With the windows, those very small windows. And such buildings like the one at your left is going to be of white color, green
More
glass.
apartments.
They were built so
The major industry here in St. Petersburg is shipbuilding.
this area was pretty kind of
Not the big commercial ones, but just a lot of different size ships, maybe cargo ships. I don't know.
And they were built of prefabricated blocks, so it's like a legal construction. Very cheap.
More residential area, similar to a housing project.
Sleeping district.
What?
She called it a sleeping district.
Sleeping district. It's the sleeping district. People just come here to sleep, and then they go to work. Come here to sleep and go to work. And it goes from, it seems like miles.
So it's a collaboration of two companies of Russia and of China.
shopping.
Nice views of the Gulf
St.
of
Petersburg.
Finland, because to our right, a little bit in the distance,
Russia.
there's water, there's Gulf of Finland.
That's a mansion.
And they were Dutch.
Russian golf course.
Ice hockey.
Pretty flat.
Most popular sports. But still, so we have one ice hockey team, it's called Scott, and one soccer team.
We're outside of St. Petersburg.
So 5 million fans for
Golf club. We're touring the gardens of the Summer Palace for all of the czars, starting with Peter the Great.
Was the canal dugouts to connect the Gulf of Finland to the palace. So Peter the Great would stand on the balcony greeting his guests.
Peter the Great was also a gardener and a shipbuilder. We're going to the Peter the Great was 6'8".
Yep.
Wow. The garden. The Summer Palace. All the fountains are manual. No electricity, no diesel. $200 gardeners to take care of this. This goes to the Gulf of Finland. A lot of filters for the water pressure. The Summer Palace. And it just continues. A lot of gold. This is the chapel of the Southern Palace. A different perspective of the chapel. One of the fountains. The French fountain, I think. And in 1941, the Nazis took it over as their headquarters, the Gestapo headquarters. And in 1943, they blew it up as they were leaving. Blew it up, killed all the trees, took care of all the plumbing, had to be completely rebuilt. A different perspective
The cutouts in the garden, do they have a symbolism of anything?
of
No.
the summer palace.
That they are. I just didn't know. Thank you.
Up of the fountain, which leads, the water leads out to the Gulf of Finland. All powered by the natural water pressure. Streams of the river 300 feet up. This is from the canal. Pushkin Town.
Nice place to raise the children. And they commute to the
Small town, I think, outside of St. Petersburg.
And unfortunately, this town was also occupied by the Nazis. That's why at your right, the monument dedicated to the defenders of Leningrad.
Nazis really did a number on Leningrad. Alias
And here again, the occupation lasted for 3 years.
St.
until
Petersburg.
1944. And unfortunately, the palace which we're gonna see, it was also pretty badly damaged. So there is another busy with all of the reforms he made, so he didn't have any time to decorate the museum. And his daughter, Elizabeth, when she came to power,
That was an
she
Uber car that I just barely got.
in the palace, which we're gonna
Pretty
see,
cool, huh?
decorated with amber panels. The same Italian architect was advised, Francesco Rastrelli, the one who designed
Pushkin
the
Town.
palace.
Sort of like Pumpkin Town in South Carolina.
The amber panels were so fragile that the soldiers, they needed to carry
Ice cream.
the amber panels on foot all the
The Flying Dutchman. It's a replica ship. It's actually a restaurant,
But most of them, they have country houses as well. So they have apartments.
and the owner
And
doesn't have to pay taxes because he's not on land. Pretty cool. Replica ship. Really a restaurant. Overpriced food, Tatiana says. Can't really see it, but there's a hydrofoil cruise ship over there. I got too much glare on my camera. But it's not hydrofoiling. It's just coasting. The restaurant that's replica of the Flying Dutchman. Interesting. And more of St. Petersburg. And there's Honeybun saying good morning. close-up of the ship, which also has a beauty salon in it. Sort of hidden behind the trees, but nice lighting. And more of the river. And more of the architecture. Mostly apartment houses, Tatiana says. We were over there yesterday with the two lighthouses. Today we're on the other side. Today is Tuesday, I believe, August 17th, maybe 18th. We've now arrived at the sightseeing boat. There are several of them here. Looking forward to our way down the canals of St. Petersburg.
When we celebrated 300th anniversary of St. Petersburg, because this city was started like the fortress on the island, which is to the right-hand side. This island is called Rabbit Island or Hare Island. We did not invent this name. When Russians came to here during the war and captured these lands, returned these lands from Sweden, then actually this name already existed. There is the building that looks like ancient Greek temple. It was just a stock exchange building, only a stock exchange, but looks so beautiful. And to the left and to the right from it, he put symmetrical lighthouses. The columns, which are bright red, they were beacons. They were to lead on the light for the ships to see where to disembark. French company Batignolles built that bridge like the gift from France. And we call it Holy Trinity Bridge because there used to be a church of Holy Trinity on the bank of the river that is to the left from us. If you look to the left, you can see the little chapel with the gold dome, so it was built relatively. So we are going to leave Niva River for a while to travel to the smaller rivers and canals. No change of height, and the pump machine was right here, right on this river. That is why we call it Fontanka, Fountain River. But in 1777, all those fountains were destroyed because of flood. A disastrous, catastrophic flood happened in St. Petersburg. And it was the reign of Catherine the Great, Catherine II, who was practical German lady by origin, and she was not restored up till nowadays. Several years ago, the park was restored, and they managed to reconstruct 9 fountains of Peter's the Great time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see the smallest city monument in Russia, you need to look very attentively right now to the left. On the left, there is a little pedestal closer to the water on the granite curl. So you can see on the left a little bird sitting on that base. So that bird is only 11 centimeters. Really the smallest in our country and one of the smallest, if not the smallest one in the world. It's a character of local folklore. Locals call it Chizhik-Pyzhik. In English, Siskin-Whiskin. And when we get drunk, we sing the song like Siskin-Whiskin, where have you been? At Fontanka, in some inn, had a vodka once or twice, feeling dizzy. It's so nice. So you can experience that if you stay a bit longer. Being refurbished at the moment.
Wow, that's too bad.
The brilliant Russian emperor Alexander II, who is the same important in Russian history as Abraham Lincoln in US history, Alexander II, who set people free, who abolished serfdom in Russia in 1861, he was mortally wounded when the terrorists threw the bomb right under his feet. So he felt, spilled his blood, and his son and successor Alexander III, like for example over here, it's extremely expensive because there are no little bachelor caves. There are only big apartments with many rooms, and if they are facing the water, that's it. The price can be from 5 to 10 million US dollars to buy. Before the communist revolution, people didn't like to buy. Actually, they were very happy renting. So mainly these buildings were rental houses. Statistically, 88% of population of St. Petersburg before the communist revolution rented apartments. And if we look to the left, we can see the yellow color museum. So most of you are going to visit these buildings from inside during this day. On our left, you can see the last building of the whole complex. This is the new Hermitage, which was built in the 19th century by the order of a Russian emperor, Nicholas I. So especially for the growing collection of art. And it was built by a Bavarian architect, Leo von Klensen. So and on our this is the palace embankment. On the left-hand side, you can see the walls of the fortress, Peter and Paul Fortress. And so you may see that both are, as we call it, dressed in granite. It was the order of Empress Catherine II. And once again, I am happy myself that today we have such a good weather. So the final good days in St. Petersburg, and I wish you to have a good day today. So because we are going to visit lots of museums. So and I wish you to enjoy this day in St. Petersburg.
Military industrial complex in the 1920s, 30s, whatever. And the Yorkies. Close to the Naval Academy. Nice park.
Are you going to the Western?
Naval Academy, and they can start as early as age 12. This was the Naval Academy, and it was just restored last year, so it's very beautiful. Big complex. A continuation of the Naval Academy. Sort of the back
I got it, I'm good.
of the building.
Yeah, you get the basketball goal and everything.
Beautiful building. The Russian Naval Academy in St. Petersburg, Russia. Michael, our driver, just made a U-turn on a busy street, and I'm videotaping part of it, but now we're going. It was unbelievable. He forced his way in, and some people blinked and let us in. St. Petersburg traffic. Middle of the day on Tuesday or Wednesday. We're walking to the Church of Our Savior on Spilt Blood in St. Petersburg, and it was where one of the czars was assassinated. Can't remember which. But that's where we're headed. And we turn the corner and there is part of it.
Go back and get it. You want it.
More to come. A lot of shops here. I've never seen so many tourists and tourist buses. Streets are lined with the big white buses. Here we are. A photo opportunity. Took 24 years to build in the tradition of the old Russian churches. Dropped a bomb under the Tsar's feet and blew him up. More of the church. Another perspective with the angel. Beautiful church, a lot of mosaic tiles inside. 24 years to build. This is actually the front of the church. We'll be going in shortly. Not too good a lighting, but and some renovations going on. And Tatiana is now in the line to get the tickets. 7,000 square meters of mosaic tile everywhere. Very close to the altar. a different perspective. Outside of the church,
No, the 4 of us is just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
5 cruise ships or 6 in port. It's a busy day, but we can see the crowd is thinning out. Downtown St. Petersburg in traffic. Beautiful buildings though. Beautiful buildings. On our way to lunch at some restaurant. Yeah, and the coffee company. More of downtown St. Petersburg, Russia. Literally downtown.
I can't even find any trash can. It's very clean. Look at the buildings. It's different.
We're heading out of town. You can tell we're picking up speed here.
Well, that's a hotel.
Electric top trolley cars. Huh?
It's pronounced as R. Oh, good, thank you. How is R pronounced? Well, I commented on yours, so it'll go to mine.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, it's next to the back.
More interesting architecture.
That's the horses on the bridge. They all look the same. Statue right up there.
Oh yeah. This is across the courtyard from the Hermitage. Not sure what the building is, but it's beautiful. And it's huge.
One is staying, Morris is staying in this bus.
This is the Hermitage. The Hermitage Museum. Catherine the Great. She didn't buy pieces of art from an artist. She bought the entire collection. And as you can tell, it's a very large collection. Are we recording? Hell, I can't even tell. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. A test. Testing.
Yeah, do what? Cinderella.
Why isn't it blinking as I'm recording? Because it may not be recording. The Hermitage Museum. We're inside. More crowds at the Hermitage. Just like Catherine's Palace. We're going up. 1762, completed. Huge place. That's the ceiling. A breath of fresh air. Those are paintings, not sculpture. Another room of the Hermitage. Each chandelier weighs 10,000 pounds. Peter the Great, right? First Peter. This is the third or fourth room. Memorial Hall. All of the knights that lost their life for the motherland. Military officers.
We spent 10 course, that's Alexander the First, grandson of Catherine. He ruled the country. She adored him. You remember she gave him palaces, interiors, and everything. So he ruled the country.
This is the throne room. St. George's room, I guess. He killed the dragon. Huh?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to find a bathroom somewhere.
She may know.
Yeah.
Throne room, and there are 16 different types of wood on the floor, and the design mimics the design, general design, the outline design of the ceiling. No expense was spared. Trust me. One of the gardens here at the Hermitage, and the glass is up from the 1800s. A lot of waves in it. More of the Hermitage. Glitz and glamour. And their people were starving. Last photos of the Hermitage. We're getting ready to leave just because of the packed crowds. There she goes.
I mean, the Vatican is the same way, and I hated that too.
Whistler's mother, I'll take anything.
But what for all these
We are leaving now. Biggest vase in the world. 19th century. People way up there.
I don't need an ATM.
You don't need it.
No, I it's okay.
So I guess please keep looking to your left. On the third column, you may see some marks of bombardment. They decided not to restore it on purpose, for us to remember what our great-grandparents did for us, that they defended our city during the siege. They didn't let the enemy enter our city. And the golden cupola of this church was painted gray during the wartime. For us not to see it glittering from.
This is the entrance to the cathedral. Big steps, big steps. Here's one of the doors.
Then you go to the end.
Reminds me of Texas. There's nothing small in Texas. These columns are huge.
It's just a bit impressive.
Yeah, sort of. 40 years to build this completed in 1868.
Здравствуйте, пожалуйста, экскурсия будет бесплатно.
You know, you can be as ignorant as you want, right? Yeah. But if you don't appreciate something, it's really perfect. That's true. Just
5-meter thick walls. 5-meter thick walls. Saint Isaac, 4th century. Peter the Great liked him. Oak wood doors. Each door weighs 20 tons. They got good.
I hope there's no one knocking on the other side.
Good hinges, yeah. But another time I'll be happy to do it because it's gorgeous. All that gold leaf. Oh yeah.
Что лет спустя, во время войны с нацистской Германией, пострадал от волны палачизма. Вот, реставрировали после войны и повторно реставрировали 20 лет. До 1928 года собор полностью действовал.
Did she say mosaics? These are mosaics.
Много лет показывали физический опыт с маятником, который доказывал вращение Земли вокруг себя. Пока ходил, что ли, признал.
Now we run out, probably because they used it too much, you know? Vases, columns, everything, tabletops.
Malachite columns. Russia has exhausted their supply.
This blue-colored stone is from Afghanistan and 15 tons of metal. The blue is lapis lazuli. That's from Afghanistan.
This port was opened in 2011. Prior to that time it was underwater. I think this is all landfill that they put in. 7 ships today. They've got a couple of ports. And it's been a moneymaker for them, I'll bet.